In the bustling city of Metropolis, there lived a man named Benjamin. He was known far and wide as the timekeeper, and his story would become the most inspirational tale of the value of time. Benjamin had a most peculiar profession. He was a guardian of time itself. In the heart of the city, there stood a magnificent clock tower, a symbol of Metropolis grandeur. But it was more than just a monument, it was a remarkable timepiece, designed to remind people of the importance of time. Benjamin was the caretaker of this extraordinary clock. He believed that time was the most precious gift, and he had a profound understanding of its value. Benjamin's day began long before dawn when he ascended the clock tower. Every morning without fail, he would meticulously wind the massive gears, polish the intricate hands, and ensure that the clock's melodious chimes rang out across the city, marking the hours and minutes faithfully. To Benjamin, this was not just a job, it was a mission. Metropolis was a city of ambition and hurry. People rushed through their lives, chasing dreams, wealth, and success, with little thought for the time that was passing by. Benjamin, on the other hand, was a living embodiment of patience and contentment. He had found solace in the rhythmic ticking of the clock, and he believed that by maintaining this symbol of time, he could inspire others to value it as well. One day, a young woman named Emily, filled with dreams of fame and fortune, happened to pass by the clock tower. The chimes of the clock caught her attention, and she found herself drawn to the towering timepiece. She watched Benjamin as he meticulously tended to the clock, a sense of peace emanating from him. Emily had never met anyone so at ease with the world. Approaching Benjamin, she asked, "What's your secret? How can you be so content while everyone else is constantly striving for more?" Benjamin smiled warmly and invited Emily to join him in the tower. "The secret, my dear," he began, "is to understand the value of time. It's the most precious treasure we possess." As they sat in the tower, he told Emily his story. He revealed that he had once been a driven, ambitious man, always chasing after bigger dreams and more money. But a near-death experience had changed his life. In that moment, he thought he had lost everything, and he realized how much he had taken time for granted, constantly seeking the next big achievement without appreciating the present. Since that day, Benjamin had chosen to lead a different life. He sought fulfillment in every moment, in the beauty of the present, and in meaningful relationships and experiences. He didn't rush through life, always looking ahead, he savored the journey. Emily was deeply moved by Benjamin's story and his wisdom. She decided to spend time with him regularly, learning his ways. She began to volunteer in the community, listen to the stories of the elderly, and mentor the youth. She watched as the city's gardens blossomed and flourished, finding joy in nurturing the earth. Years passed, and Emily transformed her life. She left her frenzied pursuit of fame and fortune and began to invest her time in meaningful pursuits. She found that happiness was not in what she had but in how she spent her time. The clock tower of Metropolis bore witness to the transformation of both Benjamin and Emily. They had become living reminders of the value of time. Benjamin, though aged, continued to maintain the clock with the same dedication, while Emily was now known as the time-sharer, an advocate for valuing the moments that life presented. As they watched the sun set from the tower one evening, they knew that they had discovered the true treasure of life. It wasn't about the quantity of time they had but the quality of time they had shared. Time, they realized, was the most valuable currency of all. It was not only the moments they had experienced but the moments they had created and shared that truly counted. In Metropolis, Benjamin and Emily's story became legendary. They had touched the hearts of the people, inspiring them to slow down, appreciate the present, and find the richness of life in the moments they shared. The Grand Clock Tower remained a symbol of the value of time, reminding everyone that time was not to be squandered but to be cherished, shared, and celebrated. Benjamin and Emily had, indeed, written the most inspirational tale about the value of time that the city would never forget.